For 30 years, Microsoft's annual report openly named its biggest competitors: Apple, Google, Amazon, Sony. This year, that tradition ended. Instead of calling out rivals, Microsoft now uses generic terms like major search and advertising platforms or global cloud providers. This isn't just a minor edit, it's a fundamental shift in how Microsoft frames its place in the tech world. The move signals a new, more diplomatic chapter for the company, reflecting a change in strategy and communication. Every word in these filings is chosen carefully, so this omission speaks volumes about Microsoft's evolving view of competition. The old ways of defining rivals no longer fit today's fast-changing, interconnected digital landscape. By dropping the names, Microsoft is reshaping the narrative, focusing less on head-to-head battles, more on broader market dynamics. This change matters for anyone interested in how tech's biggest players are preparing for the future. Microsoft's latest annual report introduces a new, carefully crafted vocabulary for competition. Gone are the direct mentions of Amazon, Google, Sony, or Nintendo. Now it's global cloud providers, other game console manufacturers, and major search and advertising platforms. This shift from naming names to using broad categories is consistent across all business segments. It's a move from personal rivalry to abstract market forces, reflecting the complex reality where companies are both competitors and partners. The new language is flexible, covering both established giants and emerging startups, future-proofing the report. By controlling the narrative, Microsoft focuses on its own innovation, not just rivalries. This approach is less confrontational, more mature, and signals confidence in a fiercely competitive market. It's a subtle but powerful way to manage perception and set the terms of the conversation. The message: Microsoft is focused on its own path, not obsessed with its rivals. The tech industry's web of relationships is more tangled than ever. Competitors in one area are often partners in another. Microsoft, for example, competes with Apple in operating systems, but relies on Apple's platforms for its Office suite. Naming rivals in official reports can create awkward tensions when collaboration is essential. By dropping specific names, Microsoft navigates these frenemy dynamics more gracefully. There's also a regulatory angle. Using broad terms like global providers paints a picture of a diverse, competitive market, helpful when facing antitrust scrutiny. The tech landscape changes fast. A static list of competitors quickly becomes outdated. This general approach keeps the report relevant as new challenges emerge. Microsoft is signaling it's ready for whatever competition the future brings. The shift is about flexibility, diplomacy, and staying ahead in a rapidly evolving industry. Microsoft isn't alone. Big tech peers have long used vague language to describe competition. Apple refers to other companies that sell mobile devices, not Samsung or Google. Amazon talks about intense competition from all sides, not Walmart or Microsoft. This industry-wide trend helps companies control their narrative and avoid fueling public rivalries or regulatory scrutiny. Naming competitors invites direct comparisons and unwanted attention. By keeping things broad, tech giants maintain strategic flexibility and avoid giving rivals free publicity. Microsoft's new approach aligns it with its peers, signaling a more sophisticated, defensive posture. The era of public call-outs is fading. The new norm is to speak in abstractions. It's a sign of a maturing industry learning to navigate complex relationships with subtlety. The cloud market is Microsoft's fiercest battleground, with Azure competing against giants, though now unnamed, in a relentless race for dominance. The report no longer singles out Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud, but the competition is as intense as ever. Global providers fight for massive contracts, driving innovation in AI, cybersecurity, and data storage. Smaller regional cloud companies also play a key role, offering specialized services and compliance with local laws. Microsoft must battle on multiple fronts against global titans and nimble niche players. The cloud landscape is dynamic, demanding constant adaptation. By using broad terms, Microsoft captures the complexity of a market where threats come from all directions. Microsoft's gaming division, anchored by Xbox, faces fierce competition, but now the report just says other game console manufacturers. The rivalry with Sony's PlayStation is still intense, but the gaming world has expanded. Microsoft must also compete in PC gaming, where companies like Nvidia, AMD, and Valve's Steam dominate. Mobile gaming is another front, with giants like Tencent and platforms like Apple's App Store and Google Play. Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard signals a push into mobile, aiming for billions of casual gamers. The strategy now spans consoles, PC, and mobile, with Xbox Game Pass offering games across all platforms. By framing competition broadly, Microsoft acknowledges the fight for gamers' attention is everywhere. The battle for gaming supremacy is now across every screen, not just the living room. Windows has long been Microsoft's foundation, but the competition is broader than ever. The classic PC versus Mac rivalry remains, but now the real challenge is mobile, where Android and iOS dominate. Microsoft's own Surface devices compete with Apple's hardware and a vast ecosystem of Windows partners like Dell and HP. This puts Microsoft in the odd position of competing with its own customers. By not naming names, Microsoft smooths over these complex relationships. The competition is no longer just about which OS is on your desk, but which ecosystem you use across all devices. Microsoft must innovate in hardware, maintain strong partner ties, and ensure its software works everywhere. The fight is for relevance across the entire digital ecosystem. Microsoft is a major player in digital ads and social media, even if it's best known for software and cloud. Bing battles for market share against major search and advertising platforms, a clear nod to Google. Microsoft's push to integrate AI into Bing is a direct challenge to the search leader. In social media, LinkedIn leads in professional networking, but competes for user attention and ad dollars against giants like Meta. The competition is about data, network effects, and engagement. Microsoft's strategy offers differentiated experiences, AI-powered search, and a professional network. By using general terms, Microsoft simplifies the narrative and focuses on its own strengths. The real fight is for digital attention in a crowded, data-driven world. Microsoft's move to stop naming competitors is more than a paperwork tweak. It reflects a new era in tech. For users, it highlights how interconnected digital life is. You might use a Windows PC, Google Chrome, and an iPhone for Outlook emails. Competition and collaboration now happen simultaneously, giving consumers more choices and better products. For investors, it signals Microsoft's strategic maturity, focused on its own path, not fixated on rivals. The real competition is against market trends and technological shifts, not just other companies. For rivals, Not being named means less validation and less public rivalry, opening doors for partnerships. In a world of regulatory scrutiny, a less confrontational stance benefits everyone. Microsoft's new approach acknowledges a complex, global, and intertwined tech ecosystem. The age of simple rivalries is over. The era of complex ecosystems has begun.